Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavati uttamashloke bhaktir bhavati neshtaki Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanaya Stadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadho Vargena Va Kalpita Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanamamalam Prema-pumartho Maha Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu Matamidam Tatradharana Para Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear Vaishnavas, for joining. Today we are going to do a quick summary of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 10, Chapter 31. And after doing that, we will move on to the next chapter, which is Chapter 32. So, as you all know, these are very, very special esoteric chapters. So I seek your blessings and prayers before I attempt to say anything. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining. As we all know, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the prime jewel, the crest of all Puranas, the Nigamakalpatarur Galitam Phalam, the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literatures. And in that ripened fruit is compared to Krishna's body, has so many jewels, so many verses. And in the body of the Supreme Lord, Canto 10 is compared to the face of the Supreme Lord. And the face has different aspects like eyes, nose, etc. The most charming part of the face is the smile, Susmita, the lotus smile. And that smile, these 5 chapters, chapter 29, 30, 31, 32, and 33, are considered the smile of Lord Krishna. And within those 5 chapters, right in the middle is chapter 31. Right, so beautiful. So, giving a little background about 29 and 30, Krishna, the Lord of all lords, the master of all, called out in chapter 29. It was the Sharad Ritu, the Sharad season, and day of Sharad Purnima. Everything was very, very auspicious. The time, the weather, the season, the birds are chirping, and everything is just perfect. And Krishna calls, and Gopi leave their sarvasva, leave their everything. They don't know where to put makeup. They don't know the top garment they're putting in the lower garment they're putting on the top. They are, as they say, like bavali, right? That's the word one devotee was using. They're like spiritually intoxicated in the topmost rasa. When one is intoxicated, one has become mad, one does not know what to do, what's right, what's wrong. So they have become mad in love with Krishna. And they are our Bhakti Acharyas, our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. Basically, the main, what is our position or what is our aspiration? Gopir Bhartur Pad Kamalayor Das 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 Anudas. We aspire to be the servant of the servant, or the servant of the gopis. Who are the dearmost servants? So they are showing us so much about bhakti, about the highest prema. Then finally, Lord Krishna, has first like detailed conversation. Why are you here? Okay, even if I called out, okay, now you can go back. Okay, I called, you came, that's done. Then he start telling about so many things, and finally, he gopis know the heart of Krishna. Krishna knows the heart of the gopis, and then finally there is the Maharas, where Krishna is present simultaneously. It is mentioned with 60 lakh crore gopis, right? People want to imitate God. 60 lakh crore, expansions he created of his, like replicas, we can say. No one can do that. Mm. And the entire night of Brahma, it is mentioned, which is millions and millions of years, he condensed it into one night. Don't ask me how. That's Krishna. Mm. So after that, Krishna goes with a special gopi, Anya Radhit. It's a verse which talks about that Krishna, that once our heart can only have one thing at a time, pride or Krishna. So the Acharyas mentioned, of course, there's a transcendental lesson here. The gopis were feeling Krishna is with me. At that time, Krishna left the scene. So the lesson for a sadhaka, not for the gopis. Gopis are pure and everything is pure in their heart. If we have pride, we cannot hold Krishna. Pride comes before the fall. So Krishna and pride cannot be in the same place. Very simple. And pride could be of any aspect. Pride, generally, I'm better, or I can do better. I have this better. I'm a better devotee. I'm a better kirtaniya. I'm a better class giver. I'm a better cook. All these Krishna doesn't like, and he will leave that place. He will leave that heart. He'll leave that assembly. So, and finally, in the next chapter, the gopis are searching. The gopis search for Krishna. And finally, Krishna was with the special gopi, Sri Radhika. And then ultimately, it is mentioned that she also requested Krishna, now I'm tired, you carry me wherever you want. Showing that the Acharyas have mentioned there was like a transcendental pride there. Krishna left. And then they all are searching. They all are searching, 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 nowhere to be found. Finally, they all united and sang this topmost song entitled Gopi Gita, the song of the gopis, the prayer of the gopis, which is very, very important chapter. This chapter was so dear to Mahaprabhu. This chapter is sung, I have heard, daily for Lord Jagannath also. This chapter was the chapter which was sung by Prataprudra Maharaj. And when he got to the 9th verse, Lord Chaitanya, when he was hearing it from Prataprudra Maharaj, he embraced. So knowing that if we also try to properly understand this chapter, go into the mood of the chapter, and try to memorize a few verses about the chapter in Sanskrit or in English or in whatever way, basically try to develop that bhava. And gopis are not just bhavuk bhakta. Gopis means emotional, women emotional. No, they are very, very intelligent. They are, Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janayati Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayada Hetukam. One who is rendering pure bhakti, jnana and vairagya, and naturally all the good qualities, jnana, everything required will come. Man mana bhava mad bhakto. The most difficult part is not to engage our senses in the service of the Lord, but to engage our mind or our consciousness, our heart. The Gopis teach us that how to put our heart in the service of the Lord. Right? Of course, that does include the senses also, right? But putting our heart is often the hard part. So this is a quick background about this song. So now we'll not recite like every verse or we'll not read every translation again, but we'll do some of them. And I'll now 60 lakh crore gopis are singing this song together, and they are meditating. This song is nothing but a call, right? Like how we also call. Chanting is what? A call. Prabhupada often compared, like we are also separate from Krishna, right? We have like a child is lost from the mother. Prabhupada said this. A child is lost from the mother, and the child is calling, "Oh, Mama, where are you? There's so many, difficulty. I'm lost in this." Someone like imagine like a 5-year-old child lost in the Kumbh Mela with thousands and thousands and millions of people, and he's like lost. What to do? Where am I? Where is my parents? So in that mood, Krishna, the song of separation. So in that mood, we should also call our prayers, whether it's repeating these prayers, which is we have full permission to, and whether it's the daily prayer, which is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We should try to sing in this song of like a prayer where a child has been separated from his eternal parents, and child is lost, directionless, helpless, crying because he's suffering in this material world with no hope, but there's only one hope. Padichi bhavas tufane nahika nistara Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta dane dase karo para. Krishna, only your lotus feet are the real refuge. Rest everything. Family, wealth, name, fame, job, this, that is only going to cause more difficulty. Right? So let's sing a few verses. Sorry. Gopya uchuhu jayati te janmana vraja shrayata indira shashvatatrahi daita drisyatam dikshutavakas Tvai dhrita svastvam vichinvate. We see the mood of this is sincere longing, crying for Krishna. And most of these verses, we will see a lot of poetic, expressions are used. The second word, or the second, sorry, alphabet is same, as you see. Tvai ya, the ya here. So in the prayer, in many of these prayers, all the 4 lines used have the same second alphabet. That's one aspect. And the first and the 7th alphabet of each line is also same. Ja, Janma, Shra, Shashva, the, the. In most verses, the 19 verses in this chapter, you'll find this pattern in most of the verses. Again, it makes it easy to recite, remember, and long for Krishna. So the gopis are saying, all the gopis, 60 lakh in different verses spoken by different gopis, that your birth in the land of Raja has made everyone very, very glorious. The goddess of fortune always sarvatra iha atra sashvat atrahi. She resides eternally here, right? So we are longing for, we are your servant. We are somehow holding our breath Dhrita asavas, your life where we are holding, why? Only for you. This is the mood of the gopis. We are holding our life here. Please, please, Daita Drishyatam, give us your darshan, right? Kab aoge? When will you come? I'm waiting, your servant. So this verse also teaches us about patience, and this also teaches about to never be hopeless. We should be helpless and cry for Krishna, but never be hopeless. After speaking about the glories of Krishna, they talk about the beauty of Krishna, right? O Lord of love, in beauty your glance excels the world of the fineness, most perfectly formed lotus. So Krishna's beauty is often compared to the lotus, and not to that ordinary lotus, with the autumn pond. So don't, basically they're saying, don't kill us, right? Isn't that murder? Are you a killer, right? So the mood is transcendental here. We don't have to take it like literally, but we understand the, as we say, not the letter of the law, but the spirit of the, right? To understand the spirit with what they are speaking. Krishna, you're not a killer, right? We are your devotees. Why are you murdering us by not giving your darshan to us? How can we sustain? Now, it may be very hard or it's very theoretical for us to understand. How can we relate? How can we relate? We have discussed this example. Ask a mother if her child is missing in action. She'll be able to relate. Right? Ask a wife if she doesn't know if the husband is gone in a war and she doesn't know whether my husband will come back or not. She'll be able to relate. There have been situations in our life like we may have already experienced, right? Similar situations, or not similar, but iota, like the child, even a mother, like a worldly mother, even if she loses the child, the suffering she is might be going through is millions, is like nothing compared to what the gopis feel in separation of the Supreme Lord. So that's the feeling of separation they are going through. Then they talk about the third verse, which is about gratitude. Even in the midst of all the suffering, in the midst of separation, they have not forgotten how Krishna has been their hero, their savior. Krishna, you protected us from Visha Jalapaya Vyala Rakshasa Varsamarutat Vedyuna Vedyutanala. Krishna, O greatest of personalities, you have repeatedly saved us, repeatedly. Rakshita Mohu, again and again. He's not just saving us, the gopis, he is saving all of us also. So we can learn from the gopis about gratitude. We should also recollect how Krishna saved us in so many situations, right? From the poison water, Kaliya, from the terrible man-eater Aghasur, from the terrible rains, Indra's, from the wind demon, from the fiery thunderbolt, from the bull demon, and whatnot. And gopis are saying here in the purport, it's mentioned by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that the gopis are recollecting not only the past things which have happened, but they're also recollecting that sages Garga and Bhaguri had said that in the future, Krishna will save Rajavasis by killing Arishta and Vyomasur. That has not yet happened. Because Krishna right now is about 7 years, and he later killed Arishta and Vyoma, but the gopis have faith. It's a beautiful lesson also. That the gopis have faith in the words of the great sages like Bhaguri Rishi, Garga Muni, and many others. Then the gopis say, Krishna, we have been crying, crying. What are you doing? Are you really the son of Yashoda? Nakhalu gopika nandano bhavan. Nakhalu, you are not the son of Gopika Nandano Bhavan, right? You're actually not the son of the Gopi Yashoda. Now it has multiple meanings. One meaning is you're not an ordinary being, right? You're not just like, rather you are the Antaryami, right? Anta Amidrik, Ubdrishta Anumanta Cha, right? You are the seer, which is actually true. Because Lord Brahma prayed for you to come and protect the universe. In the Kshirosagar, Purusha prayers, Lord Brahma, you have now appeared in the Satvata dynasty. So that's a transcendental, like a more philosophical understanding, which is absolutely correct. But another meaning also, which Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, Yashoda. Yashoda cannot tolerate a tiny discomfort of anyone. But you, we have been suffering, crying, in pain, in desperation. We are about to somehow holding our life as we are about to die, and you are not showing your darshan. And we know that, and this is going to come later, we know that the medicine to cure this, to cure, like someone is on the deathbed, and they are calling, oh, give me this medicine, give me this medicine. If I get this medicine, I will be saved. My life will be revoked. And any sane person, any mature person, what will they do? Will they just watch it? What do you think? A person with heart, what they will do all the attempts to get the medicine, right? When it comes to saving that life of the person on the deathbed. So the gopis are saying our medicine, this is going to come later, but still it's coming in my head. Our medicine is your darshan. We are dying, but you don't have a heart. Therefore, you're not the son of Nakhalu Gopika. Because Yashoda cannot tolerate the discomfort of a tiny being. So that's a beautiful lesson also. Vaishnavas are paradukha dukhi, parasukha sukhi. They cannot see the pain of others. But Krishna, you are not the son of Yashoda. Because you are watching us in pain and suffering. So beautiful meanings, very deep, and prati shloke prati akshari nanak arthe kahe. And that's what the acharyas explain. Devotional meaning, philosophical meaning, spiritual meanings. Right? So the gopis say, well, you're not the son of Yashoda. If you were, you would do something to save our lives. You would come. You see how the word protect is used beautifully. Protect. What is the word protect here? Akhila, embodied Anta. What is the word protect? Yeah, Guptaye, Vishwa Guptaye. So that's the meaning. You're protecting the whole world, but you're not protecting those who are crying for you, right? Brahmaji asked something. You did so much to protect the whole world, and we, your poor maid servants, are crying, and you're not doing anything. You're not the son of the Yashoda. Virachita bhayam vrishmidhuryate charanamiyusham samsritir bhaya karasaroruham kantakamadam shirasi dehina Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Now gopis are asking now Krishna one by one different desires. This verse talks about what? Kara. Kara. Kara means hands. It's a beautiful line. If we can't remember the whole words, at least we can remember this. Shirasi dehina Śrī Karagriham. Krishna, you put your hand, Shirasi dehina, on my head. Your lotus hand, Śrī Karagriham, the which is held by Lakshmi Devi, you put on my head. मेरे सर पे अपना हाथ रख. What will happen? Why? Your lotus hands, right? Virachita bhayam. What happens? Your lotus hand, which holds the hand of goddess of fortune, grants fearlessness to those who approach your feet out of fear. Basically, those who approach Krishna, charanamiyusham samsritet bhayat. Aren't we also fearful of this material world? So much dukkha, adi bhautik, adi atmik, adi daivik, janam, mrityu, jara, vyadi. So sincere people approach to Krishna and Krishna gives them fearlessness. That beautiful hand, Karasaroruham, lotus hand, Kanta Kamadam, Kanta, oh beloved, Kamadam, your desire fulfilling. So what is our desire? We are looking for your lotus hands. So in this verse they talk about Krishna, please put your lotus hand upon our head. You destroy the suffering of Raja, oh our hero. Now this verse talks about Krishna's smile. Very, very beautiful. Nija jana smaya. Dhamsana, Dvamsana smita. So in this verse, Krishna's smile is glorified. Krishna's smile shatters the false pride of devotees. So the hand gives, you can also make a table if you like. So the hand talks about the fearlessness. The smile, Krishna's smile kills pride. So if anyone feels pride, one should look at Krishna's smile, right? Krishna is always smiling, deities are always smiling, right? And they're all again and again talking about darshan. That's a common theme. Give your darshan. Darshan. It comes in the word darsha in different forms. It comes in like 5-6 verses. Charu dirshaya. Charu is always Bhakti Charu Swami. Charu means beautiful, right? Pranata dehinam papakarshanam trinacharanugam Sriniketanam Fanifanarpitam te padambujam Krinukucheshuna Krindihrichayam. Now this beautiful verse talks about Krishna's lotus feet. And there's one more verse also. But primarily there is glorification of Krishna's lotus feet, which has 19 symbols also, which many of you know we have discussed in great length. Pranata dehinam, those who take shelter of your lotus feet, pap karshanam. So सभी पापों से मुक्ति हो जाती है. Trinachara, those lotus feet, Trinacharanugam, they're following the cows and the calves who are grazing. Trina, घास चरने. Sriniketanam, again, whether it's Krishna's hands or Krishna's feet, Lakshmi ji is also always there. Many people want Lakshmi, right? And when we say Lakshmi, they are looking for Krishna's energy in the form of wealth, dollar, rupee, money, pound. But they don't want Krishna. But where is Krishna's energy? Lakshmi, where is Krishna's Lakshmi? She has held Krishna's hand. And in the lotus feet, it's mentioned Śrī Caitanya. Śrī Caitanya means that the abode of Krishna's lotus feet are the abode of Lakshmi or Shri. People are running after Lakshmi, but people don't want Krishna. They don't want to hold Krishna's hand. They don't want to take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. If one does so, one will get whatever is appropriate in their lives. Fanifanarpitam, Krishna, you give arpan. Arpan means you gave. You gave to whom? Fani, snake. Fani ke fan. On the hoods of Kaliya, you put your stamp. Because Aminda Prabhu was explaining like in government house, in government office, they put stamp, right? Like, but the next page, next page, and like that they make like quick stamps, one after the other. And Krishna was stamping a dancing, like a moving stage. Have you seen any dancer dancing on the moving stage? And that too in the water. That only Natavara. Krishna is Natavara. Then only Krishna can do. Te pujambujam, padambujam, lotus feet. Hmm. Oh Krishna, please put your lotus feet on our breast, our chest, our heart, basically, right? Krindi hrichayam, and destroy our um our lust, our sins, our papa. Mm? Then they continue to talk about Krishna's beautiful words, your charming voice, your charming words, Krishna's beautiful lips, right? And finally, this most important verse in this chapter, again, this is like middle of the middle of the middle of the middle, right? Like the 5 chapters are essential on Canto 10, then the middle, and in the right in the middle is just so beautifully packed. Ninth is in the middle of the chapter, 19 verses, kind of in the middle, right? Bhagavatam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Bhuvi Grinhanti Ye Bhurida Jana. Now, this verse is very, very important and very much glorified. And this was the verse. This was the verse. As soon as the king recited the verse beginning with the words Tav Kathamritam, referring to text 9, the Lord arose and is ecstatic. So the king, referring to Pratap Maharaj, the Lord, referring to Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, rose in ecstatic love and embraced the king. So if we also want to give ecstasy to Krishna, devotion or bhakta doesn't, does not, pure bhakti does not mean to always keep asking Krishna, you give me this, you give me that. Pure bhakta wants to give ecstasy to the Lord, to the Guru, is it not? So this verse certainly gave ecstasy. Hearing this verse, the Lord was in ecstasy. The Lord is very happy when we engage in Krishna Katha. तव कथामृतम तप्त जीवनम, जो जीवन के ताप है, it is a life and soul of our life. It removes all the suffering, which are life and soul for those suffering in the world. Your words, basically Krishna Katha, referring to Gita, referring to Bhagavatam and other holy scriptures. The words which describe the nectar of your words and description. Tav Katha Amrita. By whom? By Kavibhi-iditam, by the great devotees. What happens? Kalmashapaham, जो जीवन का जो sins, very very similar to the previous verse. And also, kalmash apaham destroys the kalmash or the negativity or the sins. Shravana mangalam, and mangal hota hai. Mangal means auspiciousness. Those who are hearing Shravana, auspiciousness will come. Why? Because they are filled with spiritual potency, Śrīmad. They're filled with spiritual power. And those special souls who broadcast this, Atatam, those Janaha, Bhurida Janaha, Bhuvi Grinanti, those who chant and spread in this world. Krishna says also in the Bhagavad Gita, those who share this knowledge are very, very dear to me. So those who spread this message are most munificent. Bhurida Janaha. Very, very munificent. Krishna gives special mercy to them. So we must also make attempt to share Krishna Katha through words, actions, thoughts, deeds, whatever way we can. This is a very, very important verse, and I humbly request everyone to memorize this, at least one verse from this chapter. If you want to take one verse, this is the one you take, not because I'm saying it, because there is a proof here. And Chaitanya-caritāmṛta Madhya Lila 14.10. And of course, all our acharyas are also mentioning it. So, Krishna Katha hi Jivan hai. Yeah. And finally, the gopis continue, and further they mentioned text 10 is also very, very important. Rahasitam priya prema vikshanam viharanam chate dhyana mangalam rahasi samvido ya hridi sprasha kuhakano mana shobhayantihi. So here in this verse, 5 things are mentioned. What are the 5 things? Prahasitam, your smile, your sweet smile. Priya, affectionate. It can be linked to anything. Then prema vikshanam, your loving glances, right? Then viharanam, vihara, nauka vihar, so many intimate pastimes. Viharanam, viharanam, right? Hmm. Then what? Dhyana. Dhyana. Dhyana is what? Meditation, right? To meditate on Krishna's Rupa, Nama, Guna. Then what else? Mangalam. It's very, very auspicious, right? Samvidaha, confidential talks, samvad, right? Podcast. Podcast is for public, but these are more like in solitary places. Rahasi, kuhaka. So these 5 things we should also try to absorb. What are the 5 things? Krishna's smile, Krishna's glances, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's meditation, Krishna's conversations or katha. Very, very auspicious. Mangalam, dhyana mangala. So when we meditate on these, our mind will be mad for Krishna. It will agitate our mind. Right now, our mind is agitated with what? If any one of us has this problem, oh Krishna, you have put so much Krishna Katha in my head, I can't think of anything else. Right now, we don't have these problems. Our problem is money problem, family problem, husband-wife problem, kids, education, this. Our mind is so agitated by those thoughts, is it not? But at least we can pray, Krishna, that maybe a day comes that we cannot stop thinking about Krishna, right? Like the gopis. Right now, we cannot stop thinking about friends, family, job, business, whatnot. And we have to consciously take out some time out of our day to try to think of Krishna. Even during japa, our mind goes in office, cooking, family, is it not? So our situation is very poor. I'm talking about myself. I'm a poor devotee. Gopis are pure devotees, right? But still there is hope, right? If we continue this path, we will mature. We will get there. And that's the hope. And the process is keep moving. We are not ripe, but if we keep moving and stay connected to the roots, to the branches, and hold Krishna and the parampara, then we'll also ripe. So this chapter continues. The gopis are asking again about Krishna's thought of their feet, thought of Krishna's, even a tiny rough grass or plant causes so much, discomfort, right? So taking anxiety for Krishna, we discussed that topic also, right? Explaining about Krishna's beauty covered with dark locks of hair, right? Kuntalam. Mm. And this is comes in the Damodar Leela also. Lasat Ritam Kuntalai Snigdha Raktischa Gopya Muhusham Vitam Bimba Raktadharam Me Manasya Virastam Alam Alaksha Labhai. So, oh hero, please give darshan of your beautiful face. Please put your lotus hands, your lotus feet, again, pranata dehinam, right? Which are worshipped by Brahma. It's again glories of Krishna's lotus feet. They're the ornament of the earth. So many phrases are used. They're the highest, they give highest satisfaction. In times of danger, there is no other object. Beautiful verse about lotus feet, if anyone wants to remember. So many things. Again and again, bow down. When in doubt, we should take shelter. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Right? Nam or pranam. This is the two important things in bhakti. Pranam karna chahiye. To whom? To Krishna's lotus feet and to Vaishnavas. Right? Both, not one. Some people, only do pranam to deities, but not to devotees. But our acharyas, they were doing Sankhya Purvaka Namagar Nati Bhi. Nati Bhi again means they're like putting their head, bowing down, counting hundreds and thousands of times every day. And by the way, just think about if someone is offering, some devotees do that also, like 11 pranams every day, 50 pranams. It's a good workout too. Right? Imagine if you're getting up and bowing down, like it needs some bodily effort too. But more is in the heart, right? More is the heart. So the gopis further continue to give the nectar of your lips, your embrace, you're giving that to the flute, right? So the flute is always close to Krishna's lips. So they're thinking about Krishna's flute. And a tiny fraction of second appears to be like a millennium, right? This basically shows the how much they love Krishna. They cannot tolerate separation from even a moment. Imagine a mother who has a 2-year-old baby and in a train or in a fair, the baby is missing in action. What will happen? That even if the baby is lost for 1 minute, she will be, she'll turn, she'll be very, very disturbed. Right? She'll be very, very disturbed. Where is the child? Where is the child missing? Last few verses. The gopis are saying, we have rejected our family, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, and everyone. We came here. Our minds are repeatedly thinking of you. We're completely bewildered by your smile, your glances, your chest, right? Which is again, so now you see, like we have read this, the last few verses are kind of a combination of what we have read, but it's like different gopis are reciting in a different way. We've read about smile, we read about glances, we read about words, we read about hands, we read about Lakshmi Devi, we read about the feet, but the different gopis. When you are really longing something, and there's hundreds and thousands and millions of gopis are there, they're repeatedly putting their prayer forward. So that shows repetition is so important. It's not, okay, I have made a request, whether it gets answered or not, I'll leave. No, when you really want something, you repeat it, right? If the child wants a bicycle from their mom or dad, they'll not say, Dad, if possible, just give me a bicycle on next time. No, they'll remind Dad, oh, Dad, I want a bike. Mom, I want a bike. Mom, every day they'll remind, right? So we should also remind Krishna every day, Krishna, I want you. How? By chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, we didn't get Krishna. We're not seeing Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In that mood of separation, in that mood of lalyam, Krishna, I need your darshan. Krishna, your appearance, which is all auspicious, vanquishes the distress. Right? Please give that medicine. So what is that medicine? Your darshan, right? Please put that medicine on our heart. We are suffering from this. We are on the deathbed, as we were discussing earlier. What is the medicine? Your darshan. Vrajavano kasam vyaktirangate. In the last verse, oh Krishna, your lotus feet are so soft. Again, this is repeated again here. So what I have, this is my personal just observation, that the first 9, 10 verses, or up to like 11, and the final last 8, 7, 8 verses are kind of repetition, not like verbatim, but kind of paraphrased repetition, right? Like fearing that your lotus feet will hurt. Our minds will fill with anxiety, because Krishna here they're saying, okay, we were asking you put your lotus feet on our chest, but your lotus feet are so soft, they may get hurt. That's what they are thinking. So basically we discussed this point as taking responsibility and taking anxiety in the service of the Lord. Our intent should never be to hurt or cause harm to Krishna or his devotees. Always be part of the solution. Never be part of the problem, or never try to escalate a problem, or never try to be the source of the problem. Am I part of the problem, or am I part of the solution? If I can't be the part of the solution, at least I don't become part of the problem. अच्छा नहीं कर सकते तो at least neutral रहो, बुरा तो मत करो, right? So always try to take some responsibility, even if it is giving water to a guest, right? I can't do much in the program, but I will at least bring water bottle and I will bring a cup for the speaker. I can do that much. Okay, good, great, right? That's some responsibility. That means you need to show up before the speaker comes. That means you'll be attentive in the class also. In case the speaker needs more water, you'll put, right? It's responsibility. It's a very small thing, but Krishna, no, nothing is small in the eyes of God, right? At least you have the responsibility, even if it means putting mats, getting some prasadam preparation, or anything for that matter. So this chapter concludes by this last verse, and interestingly, I was remembering that this how Hare Krishna mantra is also kind of Rasa Leela happening. Hare Krishna together, Radha Krishna together, Hare Krishna, then Krishna Krishna. Radharani is calling Krishna Krishna, separation. Then Hare Hare, or then separation in this. Then finally Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Rama is basically Radhika Raman Ram, union. So chapter 29, there was union. 30, also part of it was union. And then finally searching, separation, desperation, crying, wailing, Krishna, when will I get? Tvai dithatavas, we are losing, our life is at stake, we are somehow holding our prana. And then comes chapter 32, which is the reunion. Hare Krishna. So that's a quick summary. Oh, I didn't realize it's 8:40. I thought we'll start the new chapter, but any thoughts, any comments on chapter 31? Anyone has? Any corrections, any feedback, anything struck you in this chapter? Any
Hare Krishna,
lessons?
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
I just wanted to say it was a beautiful summary. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Manjari Priya is saying the goal of life, Prabhupada said, is to join the Rasa Leela. Isn't that? Lord Shiva also wanted to join the Rasa Leela. Narad Muni, there's Naradi Gopi story, and Lord Shiva became the Gopi. So that's our goal. And how will the goal mature? By following in the footsteps. Uddhava, who is considered the greatest devotee, the knowledgeable devotee, he is saying, I want to be a speck with the dust of gopis, right? So these chapters, these mood, this prayers, these song is very, very special. And in whatever way we can take it is going to help us in our bhakti journey if done with the right mood and intention. They are our bhakti acharyas comes here in today. In all the Rupanuga, all the Rupa Goswami, all the Goswamis are Manjaris assisting them, like Rupa Manjari and Lavanga Manjari. So many Manjaris, they're assisting these gopis. That's our Guru Parampara, giving us the highest prema bhakti. Any questions? Any other thoughts? Okay, so I think we can pause here today. And in the next session, we'll begin the reunion, right? Which means, as the chapter is entitled, the union, the reunion. There was union, and separation, then call and separation, or Gopi Gita, right? Call and separation is also used for chanting, right? Prabhupada said this is a call and separation, desperation, that I want to reunite with Krishna. So we should sing Gopi Gita, call the chanting or the Hare Krishna mantra in that mood, and then we will also reunite with Krishna. Okay? So until then, until the next class, let's keep calling in desperation and separation with yearning. This is the real medicine. With separation, with desperation, utsaha, nishcha, lolya, dharya, patience. All these you see, this chapter is not just bhava. It's also all these are like inbuilt. So as we say that the higher rasa includes the lower rasa, so those who are in upper stages of bhakti, like bhava bhakti, like niyam, all that is included. The rules, regulations, the jnana, vairagya is like kind of inbuilt in there. So if someone is in the bhava stage, is rightly situated, that means they have matured the sadhana bhakti stage, or they are very well aware of the philosophical and spiritual understandings. So let's pray. Let's keep praying and pray for each other also, because whatever I'm saying is very, very theoretical, and I seek your prayers and blessings so that I can try to pray in that mood and yearn, and we all try to pray for each other. That's how we need each other's support as well, right? Then we can hold each other's hand to hold Krishna's hand, right? That's also a beautiful meditation. We need to support each other. We need to help each other. Holding hand means basically support, care, right? The spiritual community, the spiritual association, the spiritual friendships, right? And then we can hold Krishna's, and that will please Krishna too. And united we stand, divided we fall. When the gopis are chanting together, they are somehow able to help and console each other too, right? Alone it's hard. So Sankirtan, they are doing Sankirtan. Or Sangeeta. Now the word Sangeet is we may think of other Bollywood Sangeet, but this is Sangeeta actually means it should be the song for the pleasure of Lord sung together, right? The Gopi Gita. Shri Gopi Gita ki jai, Shri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur ki jai, Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.